Hello and welcome to highlights of the 21st and final stage of the 2019 Tour de France here on GCN Racing. What a tour it's been. Stage 20 went to Vincenzo Nibali. The Italian crossed the line at the summit of Val Thorens to take his first Tour stage win since 2015. While behind him, history was being made as Egan Bernal crossed the line in yellow. Congratulated by teammate Geraint Thomas, he'll be the youngest Tour winner in 110 years. And the Colombian leads his teammate by 1 minute and 11 seconds with Stephen Kruijswijk, who moved up to third at 1:31 after a great tour. Julian Alaphilippe dropped to fifth. Stage 21 is a largely processional affair for the general classification, but not for the stage victory. It's considered by many to be the World Championship of the sprinters. 128 kilometres from Rambouillet, with 2 Cap 4 climbs, followed by 8 laps of the traditional circuit that includes the famous landmarks such as the Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre, the Rue de Rivoli, before finishing on the cobblestones of the Champs-Elysees. A glass of champagne for yellow jersey Egan Bernal with his team as they toasted his victory. The 22-year-old Colombian still has a look of almost disbelief of what he has and is about to achieve. If anyone can get away with photobombing the winners' celebrations, then it's Peter Sagan, taking a record-breaking 7th victory in the green jersey competition. There's almost an atmosphere of schools out as the riders enjoyed a leisurely spin towards Paris. The chalkboard's message: thanks to you, the riders, and thanks indeed for a great Tour de France. There's no finishing the race in some small corner of Paris. This is the heart of the iconic capital. The peloton cut an imposing sight as they snaked around the pyramid at the Louvre. Tradition now states that the race winners team lead onto the Champs-Elysees for the first time before racing proper can get underway. Kudos though to Geraint Thomas, winner in 2018, second this year, only beaten by his exceptional young teammate. Joviality and celebrations over. It was now up to the attacks from the peloton as they headed towards the Arc de Triomphe. A 4-rider group did manage to get itself established and included Tom Scully, Omar Freire, Niels Pollitt and Jan Tratnik. Thomas de Gent was on the front working for one of the stage favourites, Caleb Ewan, looking for his hat-trick of victories. Dylan Groenewegen won on the Champs-Elysees in 2017, so Jumbo-Visma were on the front, as were De Koning Quickstep for Elia Viviani. Despite their best efforts, the leading group only managed between 20 and 30 seconds. They rounded the Arc de Triomphe. They were now in sight of the peloton. Pollitt and Freire surrendered, but Tratnik and Scully forged on. With 2 laps to go, the duo's lead was now down to just 10 seconds. There were problems behind though for sprinter Sonny Colbrelli. He would have had aspirations to compete for the sprint today. Jan Tratnik was the last of the breakaway to be caught with 12 kilometres to go with Dimension Data. Steve Cummings working for Edvald Boasson-Hagen. Disaster struck another potential stage winner with a broken mech for Michael Matthews. The Sunweb sprinter clearly exasperated at his bad luck in this year's Tour. He would regain the peloton, but the chase would have its effect on his sprint. The peloton headed on to the Champs-Elysees, got the welcome sound of the bell with 1 lap to go. It's not been a great tour for CCC, and Greg Van Avermaet put in a big dig as they headed up towards the Arc de Triomphe for the final time. His attempt, while brave, was short-lived, and with so many sprinters looking for the victory, there was a battle royale for the position at the front. The lead onto the Champs-Elysees narrow in the pass and they shimmied their way towards the final corner. It was looking chaotic, Morkau taking over on the front, but his sprinter Viviani was out of position. Fortune favours the brave, and Edvald Boasson-Hagen was the first man to make his move, someone known for his long-range power. As the peloton fanned out, it was Riccesi and Bonifacio in blue who jumped, but it was Ewan on the left and Groenewegen on the right of your picture that came through like they'd been launched from a cannon, with the Aussie getting it on the line. This year's Tour de France goes to Colombia and Egan Bernal. At just 22 years old, how many Grand Tours could he win? Understandable elation for Caleb Ewan, who transferred to Lotto Soudal and filled the enormous shoes of Andre Greipel. You can see from the aerial shot just how far back Dylan Groenewegen and Caleb Ewan went when they launched their sprint. Incredible finish, and Groenewegen looks across in almost disbelief as he sees he's been beaten on the line. Confirmation of your stage result. Caleb Ewan takes it from Dylan Groenewegen and Nicola Bonifacio, with Riccesi, Boasson-Hagen, Greipel, Trentin, Stuyven, Arndt and Sagan your top 10. The Colombian flags are flying over Paris tonight. The winner, 22-year-old Egan Bernal. Second, Geraint Thomas, the defending champion. Your final general classification looks like this. Egan Bernal takes it from Thomas and Kreuzer, with Bachmann, Alaphilippe, Landa, Uran, Quintana, Valverde and Barguil your top 10. Bernal also lifts the white jersey as the best young rider, and by an enormous margin. Romain Bardet rescues this year's Tour de France for himself and AG2R Le Mondial, taking the King of the Mountains title ahead of Bernal and Wellens. It's a record-breaking 7th victory in the green jersey competition for crowd favourite Peter Sagan for Bora Hansgrohe. His tally 316 points to Caleb Ewan's 248, with Elia Viviani third with 224. Movistar took the best team ahead of Trek Segafredo and Team Ineos. 3 riders in the top 10 but none on the podium this year. That'll be a welcome result for the Spanish team. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of this year's Tour de France here on GCN Racing. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. You'll be notified every time we upload a new video. Loads of live racing and highlights to come.